conversation brews as the break ends. Heated argument kind of breaks out at the table as Kailu had been explaining details of a note she had been given, but there had been a possibility she had misphrased what she had meant. And now would be a perfect opportunity for her and her only just to explain what the note says, to maybe backtrack a bit so feelings aren't hurt for mistakes that I may have made.
I still don't have that note in front of me, but after the explosion of everything that happened, she would just outright put the letter on the table so that everyone could read it and understand why she has come to the conclusion that she's come to. I don't remember where the note. I don't remember where the fucking thing is.
When each and every one of you, except for Raven, reads the note, you realize that the message more so is Ferrer asking for her to bring someone who's going to be very passive and very peaceful and not be aggressive in any sense, because the animals there are very, very, very dangerous and they need to be tamed. So she invites people, but whoever the choice may be just has to be calm. It's not necessarily reflecting or choosing anyone else not to come. It's making sure they know. Because Kylie would know, having the history of the Void, and wouldn't have to have been specified.
I promise I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. It's
honestly,
just specific.
Honestly, if I went, I'd just be happy to be there.
Raven, you think you could not kill hostile creatures?
Well, they probably wouldn't be hostile.
I can
Dangerous
try
and
my
hostile
best.
are two very different things.
I can speak to animals if that helps.
Let's say not hostile, but untamed wild creatures.
I feel like they just need to cuddle.
There you go.
Why?
Out of character, I would pay to see Raven try to cuddle anything aggressive.
He did when we were fighting the
Cuddled Rubio.
What?
Raven did cuddle Rubio for sure.
Just happened.
You know what? Fair. That's fair.
Are you implying that I'm a beast?
10 out of 10.
Kylie, right?
Yes.
Join our Discord to figure out what they're talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of cool drink information.
Kylie, I understand why you wouldn't want to bring me. I don't talk a lot about myself. Out of everyone, though, to bring Raven seems like a mistake.
Do you need a hug?
I would choose Onyx or myself.
I would also choose Onyx.
At the end of the day, I think it's Kylie's decision.
That's why I would choose Onyx.
I appreciate that, but I've spent a lot of time thinking about this decision. And while I do think Onyx would do a wonderful job of escorting me there, something is telling me that this is a very big deal. Not just because it's the Void, but something is telling me that this is going to be a big deal.
Big.
And you are. I don't want to be pressured into maybe not making a decision that I would make. That I would make for not only myself, but for the future of everything else.
Do I pressure you into making decisions?
Yes.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
You went to the victim card so fast.
You are an individual to think things through. And while I do think it's important to think things through, there is such a thing as thinking too much.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean.
I do that.
That's okay. Wasn't to you.
Oh, okay.
Kylie, let me ask you a question on top of that, then.
So many questions.
You don't want anyone to think about your decisions too much. Do you wholeheartedly trust that whatever you'll do won't cause you harm in any way?
Well, quite frankly, I'm not worried about myself.
want to bring Raven, then Raven, no offense, by the way.
At the time that I received
Huh?
the letter and the options that I had, Raven feels like one of the ones that I would take. If it wouldn't be Raven, it would be Onyx. Although, admittedly, now that we do have Eldarian amongst our midst, I would consider maybe taking you. Although I do apologize, we don't know each other very well.
Well, we really haven't had a moment to sit and do anything except rush from election to hell to party to back to here. Like, we've done nothing but run.
Just politely ignores the fact that I was stalked last night.
Yeah, he doesn't bring that up at all.
Absolutely not.
Don't forget
And
it. Gotta go to the
admittedly,
west.
that's
As soon
Like,
as
dude.
possible. The Empire.
And quite frankly, since you are maybe not aware, I am not quite pleased with Rubio and Onyx at the moment.
Why?
And let's be real here, everyone else seems to think that I'm a perfectly capable adult.
Raven's gonna get this close to Rubio and go, "What'd you do?"
It's one of those don't worry about it situations, big fella. It was only out of a good heart.
So while you
Nothing
were
bad.
drunk last night, we followed her to
Kylie
wherever
to
she
her
was.
boyfriend's house.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
you're
Um,
terrible.
And then we saw, like, I don't know,
wait.
Hold on, there's no
20
titles.
cobblestones in the trees. So we made a ruckus to alert people. And
Cobblestone?
Yeah, we saw
I was gonna say
cobblestones in the trees, so we made a ruckus. And then
So they
when
say.
Kaiju and
I
Dante
haven't
came
seen
out,
anything.
we have 3 people saying we saw this. It'd
Wait.
be different if it was just one of us.
I don't know what a cobblestone is, but there were definitely red glowing eyes in the tree. So
Yeah,
I don't know if it was a cobblestone or not, but definitely red glowing eyes.
I
Wait.
illuminated it, and it was definitely him.
Yeah, this
Well.
is concerning.
And
Pretty sure I saw what I saw.
Okay, whoa. First of all, fuck all of you.
Yeah.
No one mentioned Cobblestone before now. I've killed him twice.
True. Don't you have his head? No, we gave that back.
No, I gave it back. Yeah.
that's
But just bringing it up now, we've had so many other things to talk about.
We
But we had, like,
literally have not
elder-
had a moment to
We-
talk.
We
Hold on.
slept through now it
No
here. It just
seconds.
happened.
Wait. Eldar, I know you don't know.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
tried
gonna
to
look at
kill all
Onyx,
of us more than one
And
occasion.
then he's gonna look at Onyx and then Rubio and go, you both know what he's done to me. The fact that you say it's not important that you bring it up is deeply concerning that I actually embodied this body. Or am I an outsider to you?
I didn't say it wasn't important.
To
So I
be
get
fair, I didn't even hear the name cobblestone until right then.
He's
I
a-
have no clue what that
He's
means.
a dickish rabbit fuck that tried to kill us all twice.
Many
only-
times.
We've only had
Oh.
this conversation for a few minutes and I've barely been able to get a word in. I was more than happy to fucking tell you, right? But sometimes, your arch nemesis showed up in a bunch of trees and about a dozen versions of him. It's not an easy subject to drop at the willy-nilly. We just fucking woke up. Drink your ale,
Well-
we'll talk about it. Fuck.
Well, since we are currently
Wow.
talking about it, it is important to bring up the conversation that I had with Dante, as it does pertain to this.
That's your boyfriend, right?
Dante sits at the table,
That's her
kind of
boyfriend,
not
yeah.
wanting to join this conversation.
Is Dante there?
She's not going to bring him. She's not going to involve him. She's just
Dante's
bringing up
there.
the conversation.
Raven's gonna go over
Wait.
and pick Dante up underneath the arms
Oh,
and drag
fuck.
him and sit
Oh,
him down.
fuck. Son of a bitch, dude.
You've been
You
mentioned.
even-
No.
You don't have
You
to
are
say
you
anything.
can't touch this private square. It's a no-no.
You weren't complaining last night.
Well, last night
I
was
was gonna
dictated
hold
by
her
the gods of
frickin-
fate.
Kyla's going to hold her staff back up and look very pointedly at Rubio.
As she does that, Raven's gonna kindly bring Dante back over and sit him down in his seat.
And then he's going to kind of stop you and say, and he hands you kind of a huge lump of rabbit fur and looks at you. They're not lying. And he kind of looks over at Kylu.
I don't lie.
They don't know what this is. but it was found with a bunch of branches that fell out of trees.
Crazy.
Hey Dante, shh for a second. Snatch the
my bad.
rabbit fur out of his hand. Hey Cart,
What?
is this it?
No. No. Just no.
If I may,
smells like
it
cobblestone.
was a rather important conversation.
No. Yeah, Kailu, go ahead.
Cobblestone met with Dante and told him that he could bring someone important back to him, back to life. And it more or less confirms something I've considered for the past little while of Cobblestone himself. I'm almost positive. If I can find the notes, I gotta scroll a little bit. Hold on.
It's gonna be real
I can't
bored.
find it.
It's gonna be real bored.
Listen.
Real bored.
I have a little bit of a theory, and it is based on a folktale, but most folktales are rooted in real life, whether over-exaggerated or not. I do think that Cobblestone may be one of the 4 horsemen, and specifically the Horseman of Resurrection. Saphira's horseman.
And
Dante is considering trusting this man, you're saying.
No. I will admit he was quite desperate, but who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't want to bring one of their loved ones back? I
anyone
understand.
with a sane mind, Kailu.
I know that well.
That being said, he has listened to me and has chosen not to engage with Cobblestone. So, at least there's that. But we do need to be aware of him, and quite frankly, I think we should keep our eyes peeled for Shelby as well. They might be the Horsemen of Deception. And that's not confirmed, but it is something that I've been considering.
Cars is gonna look to Rubio and like hold his hand up. Don't hate me here. And then look to Kailu.
It's gonna be good.
What do you know about Cobblestone? You joined our party halfway through. You fulfilled what? A cleric? Someone that was actually important. And you filled their role. What do you know about Cobblestone?
Easy. I understand
Who-
you're irritated.
Disrespectful, first of all.
Well, that was in Logan's voice. You done pissed off the Avatar.
Who are you asking?
Yeah, Cars was asking Kailu because
Cars was
One.
using his massive charisma score to put his own foot in his
Started
mouth.
scaring Steve. He was like, wait.
Um,
what?
thank you.
DM, aside
It's
from
really
the notes
hard,
that I've
bro.
taken, can I roll something for this?
Roll me history to see what you could have picked up from them having discussions of Cobblestone, and also you somewhat meeting Cobblestone at the casino,
For like
because
a-
they talked about him quite a bit afterwards.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
that's
no.
gonna be a natural 20 for a 26.
Yep, Eddie. I'd say majority of the information. Maybe there is some very hidden details that Cars is referencing that Cobblestones is a part of, but the general gist of what the other players have experienced besides Cars, yes. Even with a nat 20, I must say sadly, not everything, because it would be impossible.
Well, I know a lot of what you've told me, and while I understand that I've not been a part of certain conversations, I do pay attention, and I do listen. Most of my young life was spent reading books and paying attention and collecting information, and I'm quite good at that. So, while I don't know him as well as you all do, as best as I can come up with, Cobblestone is absolutely working for and with Saphira, and he is a very large threat. I mean, you said you killed him twice.
Yeah,
Clearly, he's come back,
Cut
and
off
that's
his-
an important thing to remember.
cut off his head the first time.
Both times.
Right.
Both times.
But resurrection doesn't care. At least, not something with that type of resurrection.
So, damn. We're gonna have to. Shit.
No,
I don't know. How do you
breakfast.
permanently dead somebody?
There's a couple ways,
Well-
Raven, but sometimes they could be dark or by impossible
Well,
means.
Eldar mentioned that he never said kill Saphira. He only said make an example of her. And, quite frankly, one of the easiest ways to keep something from causing a problem but not kill it is to contain it. So, possibly, we could just contain him.
I was gonna say rip her intestines out, but that works.
We can contain Cobblestone if we must, but Saphira will die.
I don't want to lose the initial conversation we were having. But how do you suggest we contain someone that's unkillable, Kailu?
Rip his intestines out.
Well, currently,
Not that, Raven.
Magic
Not
jar.
Oh, alright.
I'm so sorry. Give me just a second.
that. Not that, Raven.
Hear me.
Kylo just
I want to actually,
dissociates for
while
a
she's
second,
having a
stares and
conversation, I
moves.
want to
Yeah.
ask Onyx something. Onyx has been pretty quiet during this conversation. Is there a possibility that when everyone was talking, you were wanting to still go to the library?
Yeah.
Have you gone?
Onyx just
Or would
Homer
you-
Simpsons away from the party.
And starts heading
Sorry,
to the
guys.
library.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Um,
Okay.
You know, there's a spell I've heard about called Sequester. You, like, put someone in a trance for a very long time. Like a...
That's an idea.
I was saying.
Something of that magnitude would take a lot more research and a lot more investigating.
a lot of money, too. It's a very powerful spell. I don't even know if I'd be able to cast it. Just know of it. Heard of it once or twice.
We could always hire somebody who possesses the spell on their person to cast it for us. Might be cheaper
I don't even know how to spell that. Was...
Welcome
My
to Raven's
point
World.
is,
Hey, I spelled it right, actually.
Nice.
I'm so proud.
Let's
My
see.
point is, we can possibly figure out a way to do that. It's not improbable.
It's a possibility, but we all have to be aware of the fact that if it's doable, he might have to be put down one day. If he's let loose. But the horsemen are no joke.
Well, I know that very well. I've done plenty of reading to understand that.
As I know you have.
Poor Cars is just like, this is the worst conversation I've had to have in a week.
I don't do emotion.
I would say
Just negative ones.
out of everything that has to get done by this group, and for really what Kylo needs is just protection, and I believe that Master Raven can give her that with no issues. But Kylo, you just have to look after him and make sure that he doesn't get in any trouble. That's the only trade-off.
Trouble from what?
Oh yeah,
Well,
no.
not to
Weapon-related
be,
things.
not to point out the flaws in some of our party members, but I do feel like I do a pretty good job of keeping him relatively contained.
Really?
Nobody puts Raven in a corner. Is there more food?
No.
Yes,
Okay.
God damn it, Roken. Not now.
sorry. I like serving. It's getting very intense in here.
Not now,
Rocky
Roken.
are just being kind of forced to listen to this. So, I mean, sounds like you guys have a lot of shit that you haven't really dealt with, and you're using this conversation
Roken food.
to buy food. Where?
Things.
Yeah, because
Oh my
Roken,
God.
we're the only problem in your life, right? Yeah, it's fucking.
The Roken is my son's died and my wife is in a coma. But we
Also,
don't talk about
also
that.
your boyfriend left you, but whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty sad too.
You're getting
miss
so
little
much
guy.
lore for no reason.
There's a lot of lore dumps. A lot of lore dumps right now.
Raven has moved to the bar and eating more food.
As Raven moves to the bar.
Kylo, I don't blame you for wanting to bring Raven. I ask you one thing. In all honesty. Do you want to bring Raven because he's probably gonna hear and listen to everything you say and just take it for what it is? Or do you want to bring him because he's actually better protection than everyone else?
Oh, I don't think he's better protection than anyone else in this party. You've all more than proven you're more than happy to help and make sure that I don't get hurt.
Sure, have
But-
this conversation when I walk away.
That's the ideal time.
But yes, I do worry that whatever happens in the void may, I don't know, something tells me that this is a very big opportunity and I don't want to be talked out of whatever might happen. And truth be told, Raven's not smart enough to talk me out of things.
I don't think.
No offense to him.
Damn! Damn!
I don't think that that's an issue. You're right. But going to the void, don't you want someone that has the actual back from the shadows, or not, that has something actually to contribute to the thought process behind the decisions you make? Kylo, I don't know you very well, but I do know making rash decisions will lead to a life of broken heart.
Oh, I know rash decisions quite well. I almost lost one of my closest friends to it for a very long time. But I understand where you're coming from.
In the back of Raven's mind, he is hurt. They are hurt, and they are
I was
upset. And yes, I think I am okay. Raven loves you back.
That's actually fun.
I think I am okay. You're the best. I love you.
I'm gonna take a shot for you at the bar.
Pouring
It's
out for the
breakfast
homies. Yeah.
Kylo, I don't know why I'm pushing so hard for this. I don't like for teammates to go alone. And I feel like if you go to the void with Raven, I love him. I don't say that easily. You're going alone.
I respect any choice you make for who goes with you, but someone has to.
No, I agree with that. I wouldn't try to leave or go somewhere quite that dangerous and quite that secluded without one of you, and possibly Eldarian, since Kars and Raven both trust you well enough.
Comes with the
Saved our
territory of
lives.
saving our ass. Yeah.
Save your
I
lives.
mean, listen, this is literally where he was like, the first time I met you, I killed 20 people. That's the first time that Kylo is hearing of anything happening to you guys. Y'all never said anything about it at all.
That's true. I feel like the
We
party
haven't said
too.
anything.
I feel like the party too with Raven and Cars. There's just that inherent trust of like they got it, and then Eldarian's sitting on the fact that he literally saved both of them.
Just
They would've
Eldarian,
made him
Eldarian definitely saved the Nat 20 bros that day for sure.
Would have been really awkward for us to roll new characters that day. Would have been real awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Thanks, Al.
Well, I don't wish to worry anyone, but this feels like a situation that I should maybe go into, quote unquote, alone.
No, I kind of want to go now because Cars is being a douche.
I feel like I'm reasonable. Bring the barbarian.
to the void.
I'm
If
just
it would,
happy to be
however,
here.
If it would make you all feel much better, then I suppose I could take Onyx, or Eldarian.
Realistically, out of character, I think we need Rubio and Eldarian to go to
Goblins.
the
Goblins thing. Hobgoblin
Yeah.
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got an army to build.
Our two best wordsmiths. Our two
Tiny
best
Rubio from the
wordsmiths
corner over here.
in that category would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
In character.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Onyx, how do you feel about going to the void? Would you?
I mean, that's like my whole thing is protecting my friends, my family. That's like my main shebang.
So that leaves Raven and Mr. Low Charisma to go gather the army in the Great Empire.
Let's do it, dude. Do it.
I mean, if the worst comes worse, that means you both can stealth if you have to sneak away.
That's true.
Let's
Raven's
stealth our
got-
way to a victory here, guys.
Raven's gotten surprisingly good at that.
I feel like
a good teacher.
I feel like the two best talkers should not go to the same spot.
That's also probably a good idea.
I was going
Why are
to
you
say
sending the two charisma guys? to
Let's
the
remember how Cars won the election. Thank you, L.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, let's be real for a second. Goblins, the desert place, and the void. We probably need a Jabberjaw in the goblins and the desert place for sure. Because I mean, me and Cars can go, but I don't know how well it's gonna go because I don't think
We did
Cars
the most
is
damage. Us,
wonderful
Raven.
charisma skill can talk us out of me calling him a coward.
Fair.
And I can be your. I think Cars needs to go to the desert because Cars or Rubio need to go to the desert because they're royalty. Well, Rubio's royalty, Cars is El Presidente. I think one of them needs to go. You need some sort of oomph probably to go to the goblins because that's going to be a whole fucking thing.
I personally think Raven should go to the... Raven or Onyx have to go to the goblins. Because they only care about strength. You need physical fighters there.
What's your strength, Raven?
Oh.
Arm wrestle, dude.
20.
The look on his face.
I have ways to gain the goblins' favor as well. That is where I had originally planned to be going, but we have many worries to think about. Let's not forget that Zuskia still needs some managing.
I vote Onyx. I vote Onyx and Rubio go to the goblin. Let's be honest. Rubio's a good talker, and Onyx they're goblins, and Onyx is super shiny, so that may grasp their attention.
And he'll keep me alive if
Well-
all spent.
Rubio, first of all, Zuskia has 4 other leaders other than me and Austin. Raven, damn.
Did you just NPC me, you dick?
NPC.
Damn.
Now that there has to be an Austin, you know that, right?
There has to be an Austin now, Brad. You
There
figured it out.
has to be.
In Zuskia. Yeah, figure it out.
There's now a political elected named Austin.
Anywho,
He's doing his best. He's on vacation.
We have 4 leaders in Zuskia.
I wish this
Rubio,
was
don't worry about our empire. You worry about your own.
Just making sure that we maintain the balances, or unless we have pressing matters. But if we lose what we've gained now, there's no going back.
And Kylo, you take whoever you want to the void. If you want to take me, that's great. I will be on my bestest behavior, I promise. And I will always have your back. Onyx will also have your back. So either one, me or him, is a solid choice.
Kylie, before you say anything, I just want to throw out there,
You're a dick, we know.
regardless of who you choose, I just don't want you going in alone.
Reed.
I'd rather you not do that either. You
I
don't
will
know-
tell you.
You don't know what kind of
more.
beasties are on the other side of that thing.
I will tell
Okay.
you more about myself on the journey if you bring me. That's all.
I would like to mention that if anything does go sour, I can get us out of there like that. I can teleport and take up to 10 people. So instantly
Well, that's very
gone.
convenient.
Instantly.
My teleportation doesn't quite work like that, but I can also get to and from places.
I mean, I
And
have
if
a
man-
griffin.
Wait. On Elle's point, if magic doesn't work, the only person that's getting you out of there is me.
I have a griffin.
Raven's just. Yeah, level 1 versus level 13. You eat this finger, dude.
That is a good point, though, Logan, to consider. Austin to Logan, that is a good point. If magic doesn't work, you're going to want me or Cars, or Raven or Cars in there. Because if magic doesn't work,
Right.
that's a
And
problem.
I can't take cars. That's already been established.
Onyx, I'm not dissing Onyx,
can't.
but you don't have your divine smite.
Listen, if
Yeah,
magic
yeah.
doesn't work, we've got greater problems than getting out.
Well, the thing
Not
about
really.
the void is it's not necessarily that magic doesn't work. It's just delayed. So you can do magic. It's theorized you can do magic. It just doesn't work until you leave, and then it all does work. So you have to be a little careful.
So
Wait.
me or Cars then.
Wait.
That's the choices.
Wait. Kailu. Last thing, actually. You decide after everything we talk about.
He really wants to go.
Yes.
He is trying so hard.
I've never tried hard in my life.
I don't think there's any other character that wants to go to the void besides Kailu and Cars this much. And
Yeah.
Kailu's like,
Yeah,
no,
Cars really wants
you
to go.
can't
I
do
can't,
it.
I can't take you. I
It's true.
can't.
It's very
I
true.
would love to take
mean,
you. It would be a fun
but-
family bonding
Out of,
moment.
out of character, Eldarian inside is like screaming because he wants to act like he wants to go because he heard monsters, void, like all this stuff is exciting, but he's like, I don't know Kailu well enough to be like, take me, please.
So Cars actually like comes up, doesn't touch you, but like puts his hand forward and is like,
You decide what you want to do. I respect it either way. But I think that you should bring someone that actually knows what they're doing. I'll back you 100%. Trust me on that. Whatever you decide. Because it seems like that's a problem for you.
Kailu, roll me insight.
Okay. It's not my best stat, but it's not a negative, so I'll take it. Oof. 13?
Okay. I'd say this is probably the first time besides dancing, and while you were dancing, you weren't really focused on Car's details. You're seeing things about him, things that are kind of tribal, and you can tell from your knowledge of half-orcs, there are kind of two versions. You can very much know, and probably have guessed this already from his last name. Tribal half-orcs who would live in Zuskia would gather a last name to take away the sense of the old half-orcs who were very barbaric and kind of broody, who only have one name, for they don't have clans. So you know that kind of tribe to be very naturist.
If it didn't run the risk of preventing me from entering or staying there after Ferrer found out, I would probably have taken you, Cars. But this opportunity is too big. Truly. As much as I hate to say it. It's important, and I have wanted to go to the Void since I learned about it as a young little half-elf. Oh my god. I'm sorry, there's so many alarms right now. Like, there's so many police cars that I hear right now.
this alarm is going off on this side too.
There's a lot. How how about everyone else sort out what they're doing, and I go speak with Eldar about what I wanted to, and we can maybe come back to it?
For me, what I was going to say was I would like to talk to you one-on-one with no one else around, but whatever else you want to do, sure.
That's what I'm picking up on too, Brad. There's like feelings from Cars. This is crazy. Cars doesn't have
Yeah,
feelings.
I know, this is like the most RP I've ever seen.
You two could always go upstairs and just hash it out and give it a proper chat while we all talk this over and what we want to do. And keep your minds clean, gentlemen.
I really want to go to the library.
Okay.
I don't want to go.
With Onyx
I-
being kind of out of RP
Look.
for a while, who else goes with Onyx as he just kind of goes to the library?
Not fucking
I-
me.
Kylo,
Onyx.
if
Actually, I
we
do
get
need
in
a
a
book.
situation where no magic allowed, my griffin will still be there. Just something you can keep in the back of mind. I'm looking at the spell above table. I'm looking at the spell. It doesn't say my griffin is magical. It's a celestial fae or fiend. So
How
just-
long does it last?
It doesn't say it ends. Like
Okay,
it
well,
ends
then I
if
w-
he dies, if
So-
he drops to 0, or
Does he
if I
mimic every
dismiss it.
feature of a griffin?
Yeah, he's a griffin
Okay, so then he is a griffin. He's
that
allowed.
I
in.
summon.
So he would be allowed into the void technically.
Yeah, I have at my disposal a wild beast.
Okay. And with that, do you go to the library?
I am the wild
It's
beast.
just I have more than just my divine smites. Magic or
It's
not.
like not to
I'm
flex
still-
or anything.
I'm cooler than the rest of these guys. Let's see Raven's Griffin. Oh right. I'm joking. I don't say that.
You want your griffin to
Raven
keep
can't
ahead?
even spell Griffin.
Mine
Hey,
got turned
what does
into
that
a fried
matter?
griffin from a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. As a DM, Raven still has a hippogriff.
Fuck, where?
You can whistle it. His didn't
They're
die.
all
He got
dead.
out of the fucking way. When the dragon came, he was like, "I'm scooting left out of its proximity and grabbing Gnar," and that's
Where's
all
that
he did.
hippogriff now? He's probably
He's flying
miles
around.
away.
He'll come at
Shut
a whistle
the
of Raven.
fucking
Raven just has to call him, and he'll come.
What is?
He's not smart enough
How
to
does he-
remember.
How did he follow us when we teleported out of there?
He's a griffin.
He's a hippogriff. He's cool.
It's called
Whatever.
magic.
Hey Onyx,
Yeah,
your-
dude.
hey
Why
Onyx,
you
your
all-
jealous is showing.
Called
it's
plot
called
convenience.
Apple
It's okay. I
You
can
have
get
a griffin.
it.
You're all good. You're all good. Anyway, moving forward.
Could also be a Pegasus if I wanted.
Onyx,
Fair
don't
enough.
you want to go to the library? Let's go to the library.
I actually need a book for
Trust me.
myself.
What is it? I'm not trying.
Would you mind if I came
It's a
with you?
little
I need a
bit
couple. I need a couple books on goblins myself.
Oh,
Is everybody
you're
wanna go
going to the
library?
library. I'm gonna stay here.
You've inspired the thoughts in my mind,
This is-
Mr. Onyx.
What? How?
Raven's gonna do push-ups.
I need goblin books.
Goblin these nuts. I mean,
Goblins?
Okay.
Do goblins write
I
books?
swear to God.
that's
People write
just a
books
joke.
on goblins.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, I'm gonna. You want to ride the Griffin? I was gonna take Pichu
Like-
there.
I would be absolutely thrilled to do so.
All right, Royal
Well, that's-
Escort.
As the two of you hop onto the griffin and soar through the city, as his wings stretch far and the flaps are just immaculate to the sound of the ears, and the wind brushes your hair back, Kailu, as you said, you want to go outside the wall to talk to Eldar. That leap. Oh,
Would you hate me if I said maybe we should follow the plan that followed that to go upstairs and have that one-on-one with Cars?
you guys did. Yeah, if that's what Kailu's doing,
All right,
I'm just curious
cool.
about what Kailu's doing.
Well, since Cars wants to have that one-on-one talk, and like, she's not stupid. She knows how big a deal it is for him to sit down and want to be like, listen, I would like to discuss something away from people. So she'd probably prioritize that.
Okay, so
And Eldar's apparently like this weird god creature, so like he's got time.
oh yeah. With that leaves Eldarian and Raven. Out of curiosity, the two of you kind of being left as the two of them walk upstairs, the two of them leave. Raven's probably still chowing down. What do the two of you do?
This is Raven's doing push-ups.
Raven's down there doing push-ups. Eldarian, what do you do? Kind of
Uh,
staying stranded.
52 card pickup with Raven.
I think Eldarian's looking at Raven doing push-ups and just like starts doing push-ups and tries to do them in sync with Raven.
Good luck.
Meanwhile, just Dante's kind of looking down at you guys, watching more so you. He'd expect Raven to do this after seeing him for the past couple days and how he acts. But Eldarian, he's just kind of tilting his head, confused into why you're doing this, and turns to Roken, and Roken's like,
Oh, that's good.
Let's
And we
see how
travel to the
long you can
library.
go, Magic Man.
I need you both to roll me athletics. As you, Onyx and Rubio soar through the sky, landing in what used to be the Crystals neighborhood, knowing where the library is. As for you guys, defended it here. You
23.
enter.
What?
23, and so you're good to go for as long as you need, Raven.
Eldarian, roll athletics.
Athletics.
As the two of you get to the gates, or not the gates, the doors, what do you guys do?
Go in.
Walking into the library, never actually
Yeah.
being in the library, but being around it. This is the first time you're entering in. As the two of you walk in, you're seeing beautifully placed brick walls with painted. All of them are painted blue, leading to the very end where there's a nice, beautiful statue of what seems to be a wooden dragon head, and below it stands a till where a nice old elvish lady sits. Along each of the walls, there's probably 9 to 10 bookshelves filled with books on either side, leaving 20 bookshelves to your disposal. A very small library, but majority of what would be in the Republic, it's a lot of religion books and a lot of cultural books. A very few handfuls of kids books, so folks tales and adventure books of cool heroes that maybe never existed. And at the very far end, it's regions, allowing people to go through different regions of the world, learning about it. Very small categories, though, when you go there.
I approached the elf lady, old elf lady.
Yes, dear. What can I get you?
Yeah, I was wondering if you have a book, like an old folks' tale about the shifting tower.
Well, I mean, not for the yes and no. Go to the kids section and
Right.
grab the Shifter library. That would have the Shifter tower within it. Are
Oh,
you
it's like a
Onyx
small.
Deepboro?
One of them, yeah.
Oh, they call me Cindy. I've heard a lot about you. A very true paladin. We don't have a lot of those nowadays.
Yeah, my name spreads like wildfire. I defended this place once or twice.
When it seems like the king is protecting you and giving you a tour.
No, the other way around. I'm protecting him. That's like my job.
I'm here for some books as well, madam.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you need, sire?
I need every book on Goblin City I got.
There's the two. Written
That's
by
all
Van
of them.
Helsing. It's on the wall right in the regions.
Do we need a library card?
Not for you guys, no. No one comes
What?
here. I'm very lonely.
Oh, that's okay. I knew a guy. He could spend the remainder of his life in this library. Great guy.
Oh, what was his name?
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
But as days pass, I'm gonna go get the book now. I go
And
get the book.
as you go up to the book and grab it, it is a very old, small kid's book that says the Shifter Library, and it has this magnificent golden library with a very tall tower. As you look deep into the tower, that's the tower you saw in your dream. It's at the very top of this library.
I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm just gonna throw that up there.
Hey! I
Um,
have a tattoo on my arm. Don't judge me.
I'll turn to the passage about the tower and see what I can glean from that.
The most you learn about the library is this massive, beautiful library held the whole world's knowledge within it. There was so much of it that the world itself couldn't hold the immaculate weight, and it started to sink all the way down and to be lost forever. But the thing that confuses you is why you saw that tower. It wasn't a drawn image. What you saw was real.
You said it was surrounded by deserts. Was there any like mountain ranges in the background that I
It
could?
talks about it being within the realms of the Great Empire. The mountain view ranges, you can tell there are some of the images. It's very heavily next to some mountains.
Within Empire next. I'm going to go and try and cross-reference maps on the Empire with
Kitty. Sorry.
what I remember.
Roll me. Ooh. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh fuck. Yeah, it's like doing notes. Ooh, which dice? This
That's
one.
such a mood.
This is going to change.
That good old +1, 14.
Nice.
Okay.
Not terrible.
You could tell. I'm not gonna. This
Could have been
is the
worse,
way
for sure.
Get with it. You can tell the mountains on the mountain view had a stream going through it, and the only one with a visible stream as you look through the mountain map is said mountains. But you could tell these mountains range hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles. It could be anywhere on either side of the mountain coast.
Do these mountains have a name?
The mountains do not have a name,
Actually,
but the
Are
river
they-
in it has a name.
the river has a name.
Yes.
Is it labeled on the map?
It would not be labeled on the map, but it would be
Okay.
labeled in the story.
What's it labeled as?
The Silent Creek. The Silent Creek stretch.
Is this in proximity of like the Great Empire's capital? Is it north, south, east, west?
It's to the east of the capital, the mountains and the river.
Okay. That's not how you spell it. Okay. I gotta go in the Discord bag of holding map.
It's on the it's on the screen.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
You're so
got you.
nice.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I don't even want to highlight it.
Oh, I see now. So it's east. The capital.
It could be on either side of the capital.
Could be. Combat range. Is this is the capital on like a big plateau like it is on the map?
Yes.
Do we see the plateau in the background in Dream? No, just
No.
the mountains in the background.
Just the mountains.
Okay. All right, we can go to our good friend
As
Rubio
Rubio
Applethirst.
picks up the Goblin book, both by Van Helsing, you have Tactics of Goblins and how my friend Theo was a goblin.
Okay.
And as you flip through both the books, kind of just reading within it, you're realizing that a lot of tactics are goblins are very big sheep. They follow a leader. And so if they have no leader, there's mutiny and they scatter. And through the friend of Theo, he was a part of when there was no leader. And it talks about how he had to basically hunt to survive in his own village, and it was a battle to the death on most days with other goblins who tried to steal from him.
Interesting.
But the biggest thing that piques your eye within my friend Theo is Van Helsing talking about an entrance being next to volcanoes, and you know where some volcanoes are.
Pretty close by.
Pretty close by.
Alright. When I'm reading through the book, does it, in either of them, do I see, like, any mention of Van Helsing being in there, or going there themselves, or just speculating?
Just speculating. It is all based around a third person. It's him using these books as tools to teach people.
Okay. His friend Theo, did it mention where his last known location was?
Theo,
Yeah, the goblin.
at the very end of the book, being buried by Van Helsing. Goblins only live a couple of years. They don't live very long lives.
Oh, cool. Where'd he bury him? Don't judge me for that question, everyone.
He buried him within the very far north of the capital, for their last adventure was heading south from Gongon Mountains.
So it's pretty far from me, hey?
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe one day. Okay. I have some other ideas, but I'll take the books, go up to the counter and ask her, could I buy these books?
Sire, you can have them.
He says, I say, sorry. Ruby will take a gold coin out of his purse and then take her hand with his left, using his right to put it in it, and say, for all your hard work and knowledge keeping you've done the kingdom, but get yourself something nice.
Also, why are you playing with your dangly thing?
What? Oh.
Playing with this dangly.
Thank you. This is a lot to me. Thank you.
You deserve it. And he'll take the 2 books and say, I'll take care of these, and if I survive, I promise to bring them back. And I'll stow them in my bag.
And after the both of you are done going through your books, Kailu and Kars makes their way upstairs. What do you guys do as you make your way up? I'm probably going into either Kars' room or Onyx or Eldarian, because you do have 3 rooms here. There's options to choose from, or even standing in the hallway for there's no other guests.
Ignore the mess in my room if you go in there. Wild night.
Just finds another dead body. Like, oh, I guess it's going in the bag of holding.
It's the Dark Urge. I picked that as a. Ooh.
I mean, that's up to Cars. He's the one that wanted to have the one-on-one, so like this is all his ballpark.
Okay. We will go to. It doesn't really matter. My room, I guess.
You dumb.
They're all empty.
Yeah.
The DM has disappeared.
Yeah, I'll wait. Respectful. I just don't really have to.
I got a fun idea for whenever we hit a certain level of subscribers or followers on Twitch between me and Joe and yourself and Brad Dagan.
Mm.
I'll explain later.
You can explain later, but I'm seeing like this way.
Okay. I would appreciate also being informed, because it sounds fun, even if I can't participate.
God is back.
Oh, you can participate.
Oh my gosh, is it gonna be one of those sexy calendars?
Yeah. January through November, not December.
Not
January to November.
I'll just wear nothing but elf ears. Be
I get
great.
my
There you
birthday
go.
month. Okay.
Alright.
Shave my chest hair into a heart.
Oh, you have chest hair?
This solid one.
If I
So
did
solid.
that, it would just look like a
Italian
balloon.
motherfucker. I know you have
Oh my
chest hair
God.
too.
He doesn't have chest hair. He has a bush. It's not hair anymore. It's like a second layer of skin.
Second
I
beard.
don't like that.
Me and Joe
I
got
don't
that
like that at all.
sweater year round, motherfucker.
Bro, I'm warm and negative.
No, you're not.
Anyway,
No.
chat, we're
Horrifying.
a D&D group, and we roll dice and fight monsters.
I hope you like our stories so far.
Yeah.
We're professional D&D players.
Yeah.
Technically, that's true.
So did you guys pause as I had to run away really quick?
Yes.
Yeah.
So as you
In
guys
a
walk
sense.
upstairs, what happened? Sorry, someone knocked on my door. As you guys head upstairs, find yourselves in a nice secluded location. Who breaks the ice, and what do you say?
There's an owl in here.
Boom.
Oh, we're just gonna
Fantastic
get her in here.
So,
They get into the room and just straight
Listen.
chapstick the whole time.
Oh, see
So
my sister.
You want to go first?
you
It's his
let's
comment.
take her-
He's the one who wanted to have the conversation. I'm
That's fair.
just
You know,
trying to
no,
keep my lip held
you-
where
no,
it needs to
you-
be.
IRL, I'm just trying to get that voicetration going on. In
Oh,
character.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Out of character, he's had too much to drink.
Also true. Also valid.
Me 3.
Don't know where we're.
I mean 2.
17.
What?
But yeah, we'd go to Carson's room, I assume, because why would we go to Onyx or Eldarian's room?
Right, if you have the room, it's weird to just be like, you know what? Fuck these guys. This is our room now. We're gonna hang out for a minute.
Like across the hall, like why wouldn't we go in here? Yeah, sure. So we'll walk in. Kylu, can you? In all honesty, I've asked you too many times. I don't care what you pick, but if you bring Raven, you do know there's a chance of someone pissing him off and you ending up in danger because of his response, right?
I'm not altogether unprepared for that type of event. I do know it's a possibility. Raven has not a lot of brain cells and not a large amount of patience, but
All true.
there's going to be some big conversations, and I do know there's going to be something that changes. I don't know what it is, but this is a big deal, and I don't want to make rash decisions, but I don't want anyone to color the decision that I make. And Raven doesn't quite understand a lot of what happens anyway.
So,
Cars, in the politest way possible, I want to bring Raven because he's dumb.
Pretty much.
so basically what you're saying is that you can think through situations perfectly and you don't need help. You don't want anyone second guessing you, and why would anyone second guess Kylie, right? So bring Raven because it's easy.
Well, no offense to you or anyone else, but I did spend the entire last evening having to apologize and fend off the poor decisions of both Onyx Rubio and I guess Eldarian, but he didn't really seem to be too excited about the interruption. And truthfully, after seeing that, I am very upset and a little... I don't know the word, but they've made it very clear they don't trust that I'm a perfectly well-handleable adult who knows what they want and what they want to do, so...
Yeah, Dad.
Thanks.
Well, ironic that you bring that up. There's only two people in our party that actually said, sure, why should we follow the druid? The all-powerful druid. That was me and Raven. That's why me and Raven weren't following you. When Raven
Well,
was
thank you.
face down on the floor, by the way, last night, there was only one person probably yesterday that decided to use his brain. It was me.
Oh, yeah. 'cause
Choose to
that's
bring him or not.
It's the only time that Raven doesn't use his brain.
Sure, he has to think about what to eat or what to drink or what not to drink or what not to eat. Sure.
Not really.
Yeah.
Listen, either he eats it and he dies, or he eats it and he's fine. There is no in between.
Amen.
So it's hard. It's hard.
Preach. Preach, sister, preach.
Kylu, I actually want to talk to you alone because it seems like you, from my experience, have an understanding that all I do is kill people. Before I was a assassin, I was a spiritual leader of my community. Do you know what it's like to look back and only see yourself from your clan? And what I mean is, being the only one left from your clan.
Well, funny you should say that. I'm quite familiar with feeling like you're the only one left of your entire bloodline, so yes. Yes, I do.
We were late then. On that, at least.
And for the record, I've never truly believed that you were just bloodthirsty, or that the only thing you do is kill. Although I will admit it is an alarming amount of your problem solving, but it's an alarming amount of most of our group's problem solving solution. So
Sure, take Raven and Ruby of your father's problem solving, yeah. How many times have you seen me kill someone? Just to kill someone? How many times have you seen Raven, your father, or anyone else kill someone to kill someone? I promise you, look back. I guarantee that I have never just killed someone because I wanted to. I was bloodthirsty or I was angry.
And I have never said that you were such. But I also can't pretend that your past is any brighter than the rest of us. Although I will admit that maybe I've not had quite the same experiences that most of you have had, but we have all done things in our past we're not proud of, things that we do wish we could change. But this is too big of a decision for me to sacrifice what I would consider my feelings for. I think that you are a wonderful person, and I'm very grateful to call you my friend. But there's too much at stake.
You and Raven and Onyx, in all honesty, are the only actual people that I consider my friends in this body. Granted, you and Onyx are the only people that are actually different than myself. Take who you want. The only thing I wanted to tell you is I became an assassin because I had no other option. I believed in the spirits, the elements, and all of those things. I still do. Oh, and humanity hits you in the face and war hits you in the face. You have no other options but to turn to a little bit to the dark side, and I did that. The Silent Fist did that. And you saw this resolution that they had. Bring me, bring Onyx, bring Raven. I support you either way. Just understand the reason I want to go. Kailu, I wish I was more like you. I wish that I was still you. I no longer am.
Well, I appreciate that, but I personally wish I wasn't quite as, I don't know, young, naive as everyone believes me to be. Because I know that you all think I am. I'm not blind to that. It's just easier not to bring up. Hurts my feelings less. And I know I am naive. I've never really been outside of Eden's Garden, aside from, well, now, but truth be told, I do think you're one of the better men that we have around. And I'm, again, grateful that you're my friend. And I'm glad you also consider me a friend. I'm not gonna lie, that was a little gray area that I wasn't sure it was reciprocated. You don't talk about your feelings often, and I don't like to push. It's rude.
Maybe I can work on that. Maybe it'll take talking to Onyx or you. Maybe this journey is the reason I'm pushing so hard is because traveling with you maybe will bring out the side that I lost when my wife died. Maybe it'll bring out the side that I actually wish that I still was. Maybe when I asked you to dance the other night, maybe it was what I wish I still was. I don't know.
Well, we can't be what we used to be. Things have changed. We're different people. But what I do know is that anyone can grow and change into being better. And it just takes a little effort and choosing better choices. And out of everyone that we know, I definitely think you're more than capable of making those choices for yourself. Not for anyone else, for you.
Well, I'll be honest, I have nothing else to say. I don't do well put on the spot, nor do I do well in social situations if you've gathered.
And then as he's talking, he's going to start to pull off and twist off. He has two crow skulls remaining in his beard. He's going to start to pull off one of them.
This was my mother's. This was my ma's. Her name was Sutha.
And he's going to pull it out and hand it out.
For half orcs, these mean a lot. Take it and adorn it however you want, wherever you go. Raven's the only other one that I've ever given one to. He has my brother's. This is my mom's. If you lose it, I'll find it. If you're lost, I'll find you. Whoever you take. Adorn it.
So basically what he's holding out is the skull of a crow. And he took it out. He's always worn two. You've always seen two. The party's always seen three. He gave one to Raven. Now he's giving one to you. For him, this means a lot. And the reason I say that is like he's holding it out, but his hand is doing like that shake as he's holding it out.
So, like, this entire, like, the tail end of this conversation, she probably would have been kind of, like, shifting her weight back and forth on her feet, a little anxiously, trying to, like, keep herself contained, understanding that it may not be the best time. But the moment that he goes to hand that to her, she's going to take it with her hand as aggressively as she can and pull him in for the biggest bear hug she could possibly manage with her tiny little body. Just as aggressive as she can.
You feel like a very, I don't know if it's hard to show. You feel like a tense when you pull someone in that like is either muscular or like very like doesn't know how to relax their body. When you pull it in, it's all tense and it's like awkward as he's like okay, and you feel like the tightness of his shoulders and his body like relax into your grip. As you've taken the trinket, right? Like you took the trinket and then pulled him in.
Yeah. No, it's like in her hand firmly.
Yeah, it took him a while to like relax, but when he does, like it's one of those like you feel all like 200 to 300 pounds of him just like leaning on Kailu as like he's just like
do what you need.
She's not a big half elf, so that's a lot. He's just like enveloped her.
Mm-hmm. It's a big man. He doesn't say anything. It's just dead weight. It's someone that's relaxed for the first time in a long time.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
She would eventually release him because she does know. You know, he's not really a touchy-feely kind of guy, even when it's like physical and or emotional. He's just like hands off on that kind of thing. But she's just kind of cradling this and has not decided if she's going to put it on a necklace to keep or if she's going to tie it into her hair. But she probably, after a couple of minutes, would work it into the hair just like next to her ear back here, so it's nice and safe and settled.
So in front of him, she adorns it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So he does that. He pulls back from the hug.
I have nothing else to really give. Do what you need and call upon me when you do. Thanks for being a light that doesn't change. I needed that more than anyone.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'll always be here, just so you know. And while you will call, you said that you can call for me, or I can call for you. The same goes for you. If you ever need me, just let me know, and I will be there.
Bird. With that, it's definitely as awkward, but like one of those like he goes to like put his hand on your shoulder, he hits like your forehead instead. Right. Thanks. I gotta go. You decide. And it's like a scurry, but not like he rushes out, but like one of those like very clearly to everyone else or to you. I don't know what else to say. I gotta go before I break down in front of you.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know how to
was
describe
given
that.
She's not. She's not gonna chase after him. She understands he doesn't do this kind of thing. So this has been like the biggest amount of bullshit for him to try and deal with and work through. So she's gonna give it a minute before she like goes back downstairs, tries to find Eldar probably outside.
Okay.
Yeah, so, Kylo, as you make your way downstairs, you see Eldarian on the ground, out of breath, after attempting to keep up with Raven. And this entire time you guys have been talking, Raven's just been doing push-ups nonstop. And there is coins on the table as Dante and Roken are betting on how long Raven's going to last. And as you most likely what would you do? Are you still going to make your way and let them do their thing, or stop and intervene?
Well, Kylo would probably be like, Eldarian, are you okay?
You do know I have a constitution of an 18, right?
I didn't. Now I do. He would probably just be done doing
No.
I rolled a 26 on another athletics check if you needed it.
I think at some point Eldarian quit trying to keep up with Raven and is just kind of like doing his...
He's just started doing yoga.
Yeah, like, I think when Kailu comes down, he kind of like just pops himself up and he's like, "Oh, good workout, big boy." Pats Raven on the back.
I wish I could
But just
count
there's
higher.
bonding.
What was that, Kailu? I couldn't hear you.
I'm glad to see that you're bonding. It's important.
He started doing push-ups and I didn't want him to feel alone. I mean, Rubio and Onyx went that way. The two of you went upstairs. I was like, I didn't want to be left out. He
I
slips
understand.
up on purpose. He like slips up when he says I didn't want to be left out when he originally said he didn't want Raven to feel left out.
Very appreciated. Raven, do you mind if I take Eldarian with me to go speak with Eldar?
Go for it. I don't know what number I'm on.
He's just like,
632,
No.
633, 644.
Thank you.
okay.
So, the two of you then venture. You head to the gate of the Republic as you walk through the streets, still blistering with life. You can see the morale of the people in the capital is extremely more grand than it was before the festival. Everyone's in such a bright mood. And you get to the outside of the wall where there stands Eldar and Merlin, who are having the most, I'd say, non-intriguing conversation anyone could have ever heard in the history of life. It's as if a history teacher is trying to make class boring, but they're both so intrigued with their own conversation.
That was my favorite
That's what
subject.
I don't want to interrupt them. They seem like they're having a good time.
I want to interrupt them because they are so boring.
Excuse me.
Merlin instantly turns to you, saying, "Ah, yes, Very good. She's here. Eldar, she's here.
Oh, yes. We've been talking about. Oh, you brought Eldarian. More magical powers. All right.
And without hesitation, they're already walking towards you and trying to grab both your hands.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess we're going on an adventure now, buddy.
All right, here we go. Holding people I don't know's hands.
The hands get held, and both of you guys get teleported to a very unfamiliar place, but you can tell where you are. As you look at the ground when you teleport out, you are seeing kind of orangish yellow grass as that Republic has for its kind of texture, leading up to darkness. And as you kind of look at the blistering grass, this is kind of your first impression of what the Darklands is, for it looks dead from the outside, but as you take a closer look, it's as if it's clouded with some sort of darkness. Merlin then turns to you with a joyful look. So, you want to try to get this green again. I fucking love that idea. So how are we doing it? Because I'm not a druid.
Well, there is a spell that you can do, and it allows plant growth. And normally it's not very large. If a single druid spends 8 hours ritually casting, then it would give about. Let me pull the spell. Hold on, so I can give you about a half-mile radius centered on that point. That would be enriched for about a year. But I'm thinking if we had more than one druid or more than one person producing the amount of magic that's needed, and maybe even someone who's much more magical than me and more capable, we could possibly encourage the rest of the Darklands to be green.
So, what I'm hearing is that I'm a very powerful wizard in your eyes.
You ignorant asshole. Did you not focus on the message?
Well, I to be honest, I kind of faded off when she called me a great wizard. You know, I'm a great.
Shut up. What do you need us to do, Kailu?
Well, I suppose I would have to be the one to cast the spell, and well, since I already know it and I'm pretty familiar. But I'm thinking that maybe if we can siphon your magic into me, it could encourage more growth than what I could just do alone.
We'll do whatever we can. Start your spell. We're here. Let's try it.
All right. Well, I don't know if you would feel the need to help Eldarian, but you are a magic user, so I figured getting your help wouldn't hurt.
I will try my best.
All right, well, I suppose the next 8 hours are going to be taken up with us just standing here, so good luck, everyone, and we're gonna start. She's gonna start casting the spell.
Eldarian, do you have anything to help? Out of curiosity, just my.
It's okay if you don't. I included you because I didn't want you left out.
Like, what would I need to help?
Okay, well, if you don't, I was just curious if you had a spell. If not, I would have you roll Arcana to help try to enhance her spell.
I can Arcana, that's for sure.
So for a good 8 hours, you guys stand there. A lot of time for Kylie to think, especially of conversations that had been just had, and maybe even using that to fuel the spell. And as the spell gets casted, is there anything else besides a ritual you have to do to cast it?
No, it's literally just me casting the spell for 8 hours.
Okay, so you cast.
I could do longer since it would be such a larger space. I could cast it for longer if you would like that as a DM.
I have Eldar's and Merlin's roll. I just need Eldarian's roll.
I got a 19 on Arcana.
You don't need to worry about nothing.
Nice. Okay.
So, with that being said, the last thing I guess the two of you would see, all of you would feel, is the spell gets casted and it shoots through the lands. And for some reason, the spell comes flooding back towards Kailu. indulging her in darkness.
Oh, no,
And the
that's
darkness
not
starts
great.
to completely consume you with a haunting voice piercing your ears.
You think you can change anything? You are nothing. My darkness will rule this land forever.
And then a very, very faint voice in the very back of your head. No. And your stone erupts with the same surge that Onyx had done, and it floods through the entire Darklands up to Saphira's castle, making a border. Andor fully becoming green as trees go from being dead to filled with leaves and life. Rivers being dark and swampy, back to fresh blue, clear waters. Andor has been restored as up to the Dark Castle, where there is now a border. And everyone sees and feels this boom of a circular form of energy that was similar to Onyx's, but instead of it being clear, it's a very light baby blue as it rocks the land. And once again, in Kailu's ear, you hear,
No.
and that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Right on
Thank you,
mic
everyone.
death.
What?
You killed your mic when you screamed.
Oh. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. This is where we're going to end tonight's episode. I appreciate all of you so much for tuning in for this awesome session. Tonight we were not just live on Twitch, we were live on TikTok and YouTube. If anyone is still around on there, I'm unable to see it. Sadly, my computer would explode. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was such a great time, and I hope you tune in for the... if you missed the one-shot last week, you can tune into it on YouTube, and we hope you tune in next Friday. Once again, we are Beards and Barbarians, and never, ever forget to embrace insanity.
Get ready
Have
for
a
a
great
raid.
weekend, everybody.
Raid.
Yes, sir.
Raid!
My cat says goodbye.
Can I suggest
Hi,
a
TikTok.
place?
Yes.
Yeah, Steve, what you got?
My buddy, Talarius Game Master, TLARIUS Game Master. He's running a game right now.
TLAR.
IUS.
It says no
And then
results
Game
found.
Master. Hold on. Copy.
All right.
I'll put it in the chat right here.
Oh, I can't see that one.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I got it.
Oh, can't see that chat.
No,
Oh, here, I'll do the campaign chat. Would that
works.
be better?
Yep.
There you go.
Almost there, guys.
Yeah, that's my buddy Talarius. He's running his game that he created. It'd be nice to help him out.
Getting ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What the-
Raid!
Hey!
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, and Brad, if you're still on Twitch, check out the ending that I got. Bye, guys.
Okay.